Chapter 1. Burros, those feisty desert canaries. The first burros probably arrived with the Spanish explorers, and those that did not immediately decide to escape into the southwestern deserts quickly proved their worth. A burro, or donkey, is a sure-footed little animal that can pick his way through rocks and cactus like a mountain goat, carry more weight than seems possible given his diminutive size and spindly legs, and get by on no more water than you'll find in a desert mirage. The stories of burros locating water in the desert and thus saving the lives of their prospectors are legendary, and today the burro has proven himself to be such a great survivor that he's being rounded up and sold by BLM as a lovable nuisance. Next to the coyote, he's about the most adaptable four-legged creature flourishing in Death Valley and equally in hospitable environments. In western Arizona, in a town named Oatman, burros roam the streets and even enter saloons where they're celebrities attracting adoring crowds. Burros are tough fighters, too. A jack will protect his herd of females and stand right up against a wild Mustang stallion in a fight to the death. They've been found with long white scar marks down their little backs where they escaped a mountain lion, and if cornered by one, they're wicked fighters with both their hooves and long yellow teeth. But most of the lore of the West concerning the burro, or desert canary, as he's affectionately called, because of his braying, revolves around their intelligence, resourcefulness, and well-defined personalities. The only trouble with burros is that, like mules and some horses, they can be contrary at times and very difficult to catch. This fact is illustrated by a story of an old prospector named Slim Ludwig, who was being cross-examined by a frontier lawyer as to his qualifications as an expert mining witness. "How long have you been prospecting?" an antagonistic lawyer asked. "About 30 years, I reckon," Slim said. After more questions, the lawyer again asked Slim how long he'd been prospecting. "I guess about 5, Slim replied this time. "Aha!" the lawyer cried. "Earlier you said 30 years. Now you're saying 5. Don't you realize that you're under oath?" Wait a minute, Slim said, turning to the judge. "I said I've been prospector for 30 years, and I have. I said I'd prospected 5 years, and I have. Both statements are facts, Your Honor. 5 years I prospected, and the other 25 I spent looking for my damn burros." The judge, a knowledgeable mining man himself, nodded his head with understanding and said, "This man can be considered an expert mining witness." As stated before, burros have almost human personalities, and a lonesome prospector almost inevitably came to view a burro either as his friend or a worthy adversary. I like burros so much that I wrote an uplifting family Christmas story called Maddie O'Brien's Christmas Donkeys that can be ordered off my webpage or from Amazon. One of my favorite stories about donkeys happened when 2 prospectors met in the desert and began to swap the latest news of gold and silver strikes. The first prospector said, "There's a thumper of a strike way out at Skull Mountain. You reckon we ought to go?" The second prospector glanced over at their burros, who had suddenly raised their heads. "Don't reckon we ought," he decided in a loud voice. The talk drifted to other things, but when the 2 burros had moved off far enough, the second prospector leaned over to whisper confidentially to the first.